Hey guys, what's going on? This is Jacob Olson with Olson Media here. If you come across this video, if you haven't noticed already, this is definitely not the typical video I make. In fact, I've never made a video like this before, an unboxing video. But I decided to make this video because I got my first lightsaber. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And I got my first lightsaber and I decided to get it from the Imperial Workshop, which I haven't unboxed this thing yet, but from everything I've seen, I can already tell you I recommend it. The price point's good. And so far, from everything I've seen on video and pictures, the quality is pretty darn good as well. But I decided to do this video because I've noticed as I was looking and deciding which saber I wanted to buy, which hilt and whatnot, I got the Paladin, the Paladin, however you want to say it, for the sake of this video. I'm just going to call it the Paladin. I noticed there wasn't a single unboxing review video of it. There's like a couple of YouTube shorts of it, and that's about it. And so I wanted to change that. You know, anyone who wants to buy this saber, I've seen comments of people saying there's not a single one doing this saber, and so I wanted to change that. And so today, I got it in the mail. Not today, but yesterday. Here we go, Imperial Workshop. I'm probably gonna end up having to charge this, which is okay, but I've never gotten a saber before, so this is gonna be a first time for me, and I'll do some other close-ups and stuff, but as I get more into it. But for now, this is pretty much what I'm going to be doing. And this saber, I'm not very good at spinning. I've been practicing, like I said, I don't have another saber. I've just been practicing with like a foam sword. As nerdy as that probably sounds, but you know, you do what you got to do. You know, use your imagination. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to more towards later on the night. I'll go outside and I'll spin it around as best as I can. I think I might be able to do the OBNE. I don't know. We're gonna find out together. This will be a first for me as well. But yeah, so this is the Paladin. So yeah, even now I'm changing it. Man, oh well. Alright. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut into it. I've been so psyched to open this. I gotta say, I've been, I don't want to say bragging about it, but I've certainly been telling some of my nerd friends about the fact that I'm getting this saber, and I don't do it to brag. I'm just so excited. You know, I've always, not always liked Star Wars, but I got into it, you know, a little bit ago, maybe 4 or 5 years-ish, and just recently really got into it. I watched Clone Wars, I watched Rebels, I've been watching The Mandalorian, Ahsoka show's coming out, that trailer just dropped, which is insane. If you hear noises in the background, it's just my cats, so they might make an appearance, which wouldn't surprise me. They don't have to spoil things. Put the knife down. Alright, so got the tape off here. Nope, that's a lie. There's more tape. Man, I gotta say though, although it's a bit obnoxious and annoying to have tape, I certainly do appreciate it because I do not want this thing to get damaged. It was about $200. Actually, I think it was $200 even and flat. So it's, for what I've seen other sabers for, especially with the NeoPixel blade, this is a pretty good price. This is a very good price. And so the board, the sound effects, all that. So, all right, I think all the tape is off now. I'm gonna pick this up and I'll probably, no way I missed it again. All right, we're all done. And you know, I swear I say that now, but who knows? All right. Oh, man. I'm so excited for this. It's just like sliding off. Okay. Oh man. Oh man. This is looking good. Alright, well, if you've seen other Imperial Workshop review videos, the standard contents of this box looks pretty standard. See, the hilt is on this side. I think we got some charger cords on this side, and then of course the blade goes across, which is, oh man, this is a really nice saber. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do some close-ups of this. Yeah, I'm gonna do some close-ups so you guys can kind of see what it looks like as I'm taking it out and whatnot. The camera's probably gonna be shaky, so I apologize for that, but let's just get right to it. Okay, so this is what the inside of the box looks like. Like I said, we have the hilts here. I was wrong, the charger's actually in here, I think. Nope, that's just the Allen wrench. Okay, yeah, there's a charger, I was right. And here it looks like we got a flash drive for some sound files. Little workbook here, and then the blade, of course, running down the length of this. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm quite impatient. I want to see the hilt, so that's what I'm going for first. Oh man, it's like practically sliding out of this thing. Very, very well packaged. I gotta say, this is a very, let's try and get the focus. There we go. Very well packaged. You can see the lights in there. I am quite impressed with the quality of packaging here. You know, you don't, a lot of times, you know, companies just kind of skimp out on safe packaging just to get out there and save a few bucks. So it's nice to see companies that, you know, are more dedicated to this. I'm gonna unwrap this and get it out, and we'll take another look at it. But all right, so we are back. I got it finally unwrapped. So it was a bit of a pain to get the plastic wrap. It was kind of like shrink wrapped or whatever. But my oh my, first impressions. This is just a beautiful saber hilt. It is a bit of a bummer. I guess it's kind of the downside of doing this. I love the design, but it is, as you can kind of see here, already tracking quite the amount of fingerprints. But I mean, this is quality. Like this doesn't feel too light. Doesn't feel too heavy. Like this is what I would imagine a real saber, as probably nerdy as it sounds, a real saber feels like. Like my oh my, this is really well built quality. I'm not too versed on saber specs, so I don't know if maybe some like expert people out there being like, this is terrible design or whatever, but I like it. I like it a lot. I also like the fact that there's two secure, you know, two little holes here to secure, and one on this side. I think it just kind of makes me feel more comfortable when I swing it around, so that's nice. And yeah, dude, this is great. I like this. Again, fingerprints, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'll probably have it hung up on the wall most of the time, and for now, you know, this is just it'll be easy to wipe it off, so I'm not too worried about it. But if that bothers you, then I'd probably maybe look at some of the other hilts that have more matte finish and stuff. Those might be better, but I like the grip of this. This is great. This is gonna be fun to practice swinging with. But yeah, let's dive into some of this other stuff here. I'm gonna put this in the box over here for now. Like I said, we have the Allen wrench here with the screws that secure the blade. Try to get the focus here. Oh, come on. There we go. I think it comes with 2 saucers and 2 screws. Hello, Jacob here in editing. So I'm an idiot. Those are not 2 screws and 2 saucers. They are all 4 screws. 2 of them are just smaller than the other 2, and you can either use any of those lengths. It does not matter. I found this out later on when I was building Saber. So there you go. That's odd. I thought there'd be 3. Or maybe those are screws. Can't quite tell. That'll be interesting. I'll have to look at the directions for it, but I'm sure they have everything in there. More of the plastic wrap. This kind of like stuff's like all shrink wrapped. But charger cord here. They do recommend you do charge them with nothing more than 5 volts and 1 amp. I have a charger brick that's a little bit less than it's 5 volts and like 0.75 amps or something. So it's a little bit less than that, which is what they technically do recommend, because they recommend like a laptop port, but some of those newer laptops have pretty high voltage. So I'm just playing it safe and getting a brick that's smaller. But yeah, this is drop that. But this is probably a little instruction book. It tells me how to get it open and on working and stuff. Again, very concise, very well packaged, and looks like everything's in here where it needs to be. And I'm guessing this is just the installation flash drive for any extra fonts or updates and stuff. So that's pretty cool. And if we get a little bit more in here, we have our blade, which is also plastic wrapped. But this is long. I think this is a 36-inch. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to double check the site, but I'm pretty sure it's a 36-inch blade. And really, I mean, honestly, I've never felt a lightsaber blade before, but I know this is technically battle ready, like duel ready, but I'm probably not going to be using it for that. I don't want to accidentally damage it. But this feels like it could go pretty hardcore in a duel with somebody. I'm not going to test it, but yeah, this feels really good quality. So I'm excited to kind of get this turned on. I'm gonna take a look at the directions here, see if I can get this thing installed. I'm pretty sure where they go. These little screws, I'm gonna have to get it screwed in and stuff. So once I do that, I will cut back and kind of show you what it looks like the daylight. It's going to be probably not as colorful, but I'll kind of go through that. But yeah, that's it's exciting. I will cut to that. All right, guys. So I've had some time to charge it and fiddle with the blade a little bit, and I'm gonna save the color reveal for when it's nighttime. If you're wondering why you can't see me right now, because I'm getting ready to do kind of a full length review, so you can kind of see how the saber fits better in the hand. But I'll show you a little bit on the camera here. So it's a very long hilt. I kind of expected this going into it, but as you can see, it is quite long. But in a way, I kind of like that. And I've discovered too, and by the end of the video, you know, I ultimately do recommend it. First of all, again, fingerprint magnet for sure. Second of all, there's a bit of a speaker here on the button. So that actually, most of the speaker sound comes out from the bottom, but some of the speakers coming out of the button, so when you're holding on to it, you have to be careful, otherwise the sound kind of gets muffled. But I'm gonna save that for the nighttime, because that's when I'll light it up for you guys. But I'll kind of show you what it looks like full view here. I'm about 6'5", so this is pretty much what the saber looks like for a 6'5" person. That gives you any reference. Like I said, I think the blade is about 36 inches, and it's fairly good in the hands. Again, this is quite different than my foam sword, but this fits pretty well. I don't think I know anything fancy, but I'll see what I can do whenever I light it up and it's dark. But yeah, that gives you any reference. Like I said, this is Paladin Saber. I like it in general, and I think based off what I've seen so far on the soundboard and the coloring, you will like it as well. So, without further ado, let's enter the night test. Alright guys, so my final thoughts on this saber, I just want to kind of do a quick little breakdown of it, at my closing statement, if you will. First and foremost, I love it. It really is a really great little saber. I mean, for the price point compared to how other sabers are, especially like the Force VFX ones and Galaxy Edge sabers, I mean, it really is not comparable. The soundboard is just 10 times better, the blade is just 10 times better, being a NeoPixel. It really is a lot of fun. I feel like I'm holding an actual lightsaber when it's ignited, and especially at night. But just to rehash the pros and cons of it, the cons again, it's a fingerprint magnet, but if you just take a microfiber cloth, that's what I did after a day's use of it, and just wipe it down, then it completely gets rid of the fingerprints, so you just have to do a little bit of cleaning work afterwards. Which I don't mind doing that. Some of you might think it's a little too much work for something like this, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Another con is that the screws that actually put so when you put the blade into the hilt, you have to screw it in with those screws that I was talking about earlier. If you'll notice in the video, I'll put a picture up now, but I only ended up using 2 screws, even though there's 3 holes. Because, and maybe this is, I don't know if this is necessarily across the board with all of the Imperial Workshop sabers or not, but the screws, if you put all 3 in, the one side that has the two hole screw holes in it, like I said, the picture should be up now, when both of them are in, it pushes the saber away from that end of the hilt. So what it ends up doing is it ends up making the blade uneven. So the blade will be kind of like tilted in one direction while the hilt, so it won't look straight, essentially, is what it is. So I only end up using 2 because that keeps it straight. Putting the 2 on one end and then the 1 on the other, it just makes it uneven. And although it might make it safer to swing, which actually it probably doesn't, it makes it a little bit more sketchy. So you also have to be careful with the screws not to screw them too tight, otherwise you'll crack the NeoPixel blade. And so you can buy replacement blades for $80, but I'm not trying to do that, so just be careful with it. But pros, again, if you notice in this video, I didn't go over any specific features, only because other than the hilt design, it really is the same saber as any other video out there. I did this video because I couldn't find a single one about the Paladin saber, but all the tip drag, smooth swing, the hit block where when you like either jerk the saber or press the button and it looks like makes the effect of blaster bolts hitting it. All that stuff, I showcased that a little bit in the nighttime swinging, but all that stuff you can find a deep dive into with other videos, because this really is the same saber, just a different design. And so that's why I didn't do any of that. Plus, I'm just not really that well versed in lightsaber tech like that. So, but overall, I recommend it, and hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you want to get the Paladin saber, I hope you do. And if this video helped you make that decision, drop a comment and let me know. I enjoyed it, and hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. If you do, drop a sub. If you want more stuff like this, let me know, and maybe I'll do it. So, thanks for watching, and God bless.